What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy Phil Porto of the Knicks Morning Brew with a new series, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, where I talk about just that, the good, the bad, and the ugly about the last game of our New York Knicks. Whether we take an L or we get a dub, doesn't really matter. I'm going to just highlight quickly the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's start with the good. Typically, it's going to just be 1 point, but for this one, it's going to be 1.5, okay? And the reason it's 1.5 is because the half, I just want to highlight the fact that we got RJ Barrett back. And yes, he did not have the best field goal percentage, but he looked like he was ready to play. And after an injury, you don't necessarily see that. And he still came away with 27 points. So I do got to tip my hat off to RJ Barrett coming back ready to play and ready to contribute. But the main good, Jalen Brunson. He is that guy. Whether you like him or not, you cannot deny that this guy is Captain Clutch, that this guy comes through when we need him. Earlier in the season, we had, a few attempts where he tried to win us the game and it didn't go so great. But lately, we just see him coming through over and over and over again. So he is one of the best point guards in the league right now. And whether you like it or not, he deserves to be here. So if you're one of those people that still is on the, train that he is not worth the money he is getting, then I honestly do not understand how you can have that take anymore. Because what he's getting paid, we are actually lucking out, in my opinion. So that is the good of the game. The bad, I'm not trying to throw shade at just one player, but we need to in this moment. And that's because the bad has been pretty consistent these last few games. And that's Isaiah Hartenstein. The fact that he is getting these minutes makes no sense to me. We are stunting the development of Sims, and we are taking away minutes from Obi. Him and Obi played the same amount of minutes, which doesn't make sense because Obi is more of a contributor. So that is the bad for me, is that coach continues to play his favorites and Isaiah Hartenstein continues to get those minutes. I wish him the best. He's probably a nice guy, maybe, I don't know. But when it comes to playing for us, I haven't seen anything worthwhile for him to get those minutes. So that's the bad. And then it leads me to the ugly. So the ugly for me is how we've been playing these games, okay? Yes, we got the win, and that's great, and there's some good things in there, but the fact that we continue to lose these leads is just ugly. It's not a pretty sight, and it's not going to pay off in the long run. We're not going to continue to pull this kind of stuff off. When a team is playing the way that they did in the first half, and we're able to capitalize on the fact that there's missed shots and everything like that, us letting them get the lead, or at least cut the lead to what they did, just does not look good on us, is not a promising thing to watch. The fall apart in the third and fourth quarter is ugly. It reminds me of the Scream movies, okay? They all start off a little bit different, and you're kind of like in it for a minute, and then by the second half of the movie, you start to go, here it is. It's going to be the same script again, the same ending, and it just gets ugly. The script starts falling apart. We cannot continue to do that if we think we're going to compete for the rest of the season. And we definitely cannot do that kind of crap in the playoffs. So that's my good, the bad, and the ugly for yesterday's game against the Indiana Pacers. And I am hoping that we can have something better to talk about on the next one. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, God bless.